plane circles, silk reeling in a bow stance now. So, front foot straight, knee over the front foot, back foot at 45, knee over the back leg there, right over the toes. And we're starting off with the flat or coronal plane. So in Chen style, you might see this as one hand spiraling in front of the body. Notice how my palm's in to denote it's more yang style. And it's also like one-handed wave hands, like moving clouds. Now my arm is basically just moving in a flat plane like I'm wiping down a wall. It's the turning of my hips, so my hips and shoulders are aligned there. It's the turning of my hips and pushing forward and back with the feet that's creating what this extra look of movement is. Still have the fist distance between the body and the arm, and we're drawing out basically the same circle patterns, first going outside, now going inside, that we've done previously in the neutral stances. Only now as we add in the dimensions that bow stances give us, it starts looking more, and I'm changing feet here, notice still, back foot 45, front foot straight, knees staying over the toes on each. But these extra dimensions that bow stances are giving us will make it look like there's kind of more going on. Now as we add in this, and as we add in two hands in other videos, you'll start seeing how this is going to be the basis of all the different postures that we play. Now I'm reversing it here. So the standing postures and the ability to move in different stances in these three planes, both going one way and the other way and working in conjunction, is going to be what's going to give us our postures here. So this is still the flat or coronal plane, reversing, so it's pressing in and smoothing down, just like we've done before. Now I'm switching up. We're going to go flat, so like wiping a table or having your hand on a big turntable, or was it a grist mill? Big circles around. Again, watch, we're still sinking, staying even in terms of the height. To be honest with you, my head could be up a little bit more there. Inhale and reverse. Now watch, the body is, the arms are still fist distance. I want to match the breathing. So inhale in, exhale out. This is a little bit faster than I would normally play, just for the sake of the length of the video more than anything else. The other ones, when we do the two hands together and a two hand split, will be similar. A little faster than normal. Switching, again, making sure we have a good bow stance. Heels are shoulder width apart. Quads relaxed. Shoulders and hips lined up, and even as we twist, the shoulders and hips stay in line. I'm pivoting on that central axle. The middle pillar, if you're into Western magic, that everything pivots around and reversing in. Nice and flat. Again, I talk about like having a hand on the grist mill or a turntable because we want to still have intent with these. It's not just willy-nilly making these wavy little circles in the air. There still should be intent. Now we're going to change into the vertical. So pulling in, lifting up, and pushing out. Again, intent. Now there's not as much of the turning of the hips there, but the dantian is still rotating vertically in my torso, my abdomen. Again, my head could be up a little bit more to be fair. And reversing in, so now we have that like pulling in like a rope. And a lot of these things will show up again, like when we do needle at sea bottom, for instance. The forward wave, you can see it in Handstrom the Lute. This would be more akin to needle at sea bottom as we get into that later. So switch again, check your bow stance. Feet shoulder width apart. Distance in terms vertically, about shoulder width too. You don't want to be so long or so wide that you can't move, and you don't want to be so narrow, so small that you have no balance. There's in Taiji, these bow stances are more squared off than trying to show a lot of athleticism. I'm doing roughly 8 repetitions each direction. You can do more, you can do less. I'd say probably 6 would be the low end, and then you can continue on as you go later on with this too. And release. And that's one hand bow stance circles.